left side of the equation must be multiplied to the right side of the equation as well. Again, for us to be able to maintain that balanced equation. In this example, we have to get the multiplicative inverse or the reciprocal of positive 9, which is 1 over 9. Now, if I multiply that 1 over 9 to 9x, also to 27, I'd end up with if I multiply 1 over 9 by 9, it will be equal to 1. So we are left here with 1x, or simply x. And then, if I multiply 27 by 1 over 9, this will be equal to 27 times 1, which is 27, divided by 9, which is 3. Therefore, in this linear equation in one variable, 9x equals 27, the solution is 3. Now, how do we know that we have the real answer, or we have the correct answer? Again, there's only one way to find out. You substitute negative 16 to your x and see if you have a true statement. You substitute 3 to x and see if you have a true statement. Let's try it. Negative 16, if you add that to 9, yes, it will be equal to negative 7. 3, if I multiply that to 9, yes, it will be equal to 27. So negative 16 and negative 16 and 3 are really the solutions to the respective linear equations in one formula. Do you have any question? Okay, so then we can proceed. I want you to think of the equal sign as a scale that keeps everything balanced. That means what you do on one side of the equation, you should do it on the other side as well, in order to keep that balance, okay? In order to maintain that balance. Okay. Let's have a short seed work. Okay? Let us solve the following linear equations. Negative 35 plus x equals 7. Well, again, we have to apply the addition property of equality here. Again, why do we have to apply addition property of equality? Because that's the only way for us to get rid of that negative 35. So we have to find the additive inverse, or the opposite of negative 35. In this case, we have positive 35. If I add positive 35 to the left side and add positive 35 to the right side, 35 plus negative 35, they will cancel out. So I will be left with x. And then if I get the sum of 7 and 35, it will be equal to 42. Therefore, 42 is the solution to your linear equation in one variable. Negative 35 plus x equals 7. Any question? Thank you. Next, we have 14 equals y minus 8. Again, we have to get rid of that negative 8. Now, the only way to do that, okay, in a more proper way, okay, the only way to do that is to apply the addition property of equality. Well, it states that if I add something on the right side, I must add it to the left side as well. In this case, for us to get rid of this negative 8, I have to add positive 8 to both sides. 14 plus 8 is 22. And here, if I add negative 8 and 8, they will cancel out, so I'll be left with y, which is equal to 22. Therefore, your solution to 14 equals y minus 8 is 22. And last but not the least, 6x plus 14 plus 2x equals negative 10. Well, in this linear equation, as you can see, there are like terms. 6x and 2x are like terms, so the immediate response will be to combine them. Now, if I combine 6x plus 2x, that will be equivalent to 8x. Your new problem now is 8x plus 14 equals negative 10. Again, we have to get rid of this positive 14, so we have to get its additive inverse. The additive inverse of positive 14 is negative 14. So if I add negative 14 to the left side and to the right side, 14 and negative 14, they will cancel out. On the right side of the equation, negative 10 plus negative 14 is negative 24. So I will be left with 8x equals negative 24. Now, is that the final answer? Not yet. Okay, again, we have to make sure that the variable is alone on one side of the equation. The problem is we still have 8 there. So how do we get rid of that 8? This time, we apply the multiplication property of equality, or the MPE. By finding the multiplicative inverse, or the reciprocal of 8, and multiplying it to both sides, which is 1 over 8, we can cancel 8 here, right? Because 1 over 8 multiplied by its reciprocal, which is 8, which will yield to 1, or will give us 1. 1x, or simply x, it will be equal to the product of negative 24 and 1 over 8. Okay? Whatever you multiply here, you multiply it there also. Now, if I multiply negative 24 by 1, this will be equal to negative 24. If I divide it by 8, your x will be equal to negative 3. So the solution to 6x plus 14 plus 2x equals negative 10 is indeed negative 3. Okay, now let us try to analyze some errors. One student solved the equation 6 minus x equals 10 by subtracting 6 from both sides and got 4. Explain what the student did wrong. Now here's what the solution of the student looks like. 6 minus x equals 10. By using the addition property of equality, he or she added negative 6 to the left side and to the right side. That is correct, so that you can cancel 6 here. 6 and negative 6 will cancel out. If you add 10 and negative 6, that will be equal to 4. Does that mean x is equal to 4? Well, that is wrong. Okay, this is what's wrong in the problem. This one, it's not x, it's supposed to be negative x. Why negative x? Because since negative 6 and 6 will cancel out, you will be left with negative x. Negative is the sign of x, not positive. Okay? So if you are left with negative x equals 4, you still have a numerical coefficient other than 1. So how do we get rid of that negative 1? Well, to get rid of that negative 1, we look for its multiplicative inverse. The multiplicative inverse, or the reciprocal of negative 1, is still negative 1. So if I multiply negative 1 here and negative 1 there, this will be positive x. 4 multiplied by negative 1 is negative 4. Therefore, negative 4 is the solution to the equation, not just 4. Is that clear? Okay. Now I have here one problem which was solved in 2 different ways. Let us try to justify each step. Okay. In number 1, in the first step, how did it become 12x minus 14 equals 36? Well, it's quite simple. We distributed 6 to 2x and negative 8. 6 times 2x is 12x. 6 times negative 8 is negative 48 equals 36. Now what did we apply there? We applied what we call the distributive property of multiplication over subtraction, or simply distributive property. Okay? What about number 2? As you can see, a positive 48 is added to the left side and to the right side of the equation. What does that look like? Okay, it looks like we're trying to apply the additional property of equality here. So to justify that step, we should write additional property of equality, or APE. What about the letter C? As you can see, for us to be able to get rid of this positive 12, we should multiply it with its reciprocal, which is 1 over 12. Now, same thing must be done on the right side of the equation. If I multiply 12 by 1 over 12, this will be equal to x. If I multiply 84 by 1 over 12, this will be equal to 84 divided by 12, which is 7. Now, what did we apply there? We applied the multiplication property of equality, or the MPE. Okay. Now, let's try to solve the problem in another way. Okay. In this case, we multiplied 1 over 6 to the left side and to the right side. Now, why is it that we can do that? We can do that because the operation between 6 and quantity 2x minus 8 is multiplication. So if you want to get rid of this 6, you just have to look for its reciprocal and multiply it on the left side. But since we have an equation, we have to multiply it on the right side as well. Now if I multiply 1 over 6 to both sides, I end up with 2x minus 8 equals 6. Now this process is what you call applying the multiplication property of equality, or the MPE. Now that we have 2x minus 8 equals 6, we have to get rid of that negative 8. Now how is that possible? We just add the additive inverse of negative 8, which is positive 8, to both sides. In doing so, we end up with 2x equals 14. That is what you call applying the addition property of equality, or the APE. Okay? This is not yet your final answer because we still have to get rid of that 2. Now how do we get rid of that 2? We just multiply it by 1/2, the reciprocal of 2. If I multiply 1/2 on the left side, I should do it on the right side as well. So 1/2 multiplied by 2 will cancel out, so we will be left with x. And 1/2 multiplied by 14, okay, obviously half of 14 is 7. This is applying what we call the multiplication property of equality, or MPE. Well, as you can see, one problem which was solved in 2 different ways. All the methods are different, but still you end up with the same answer. Is it possible? As you can see, yes it is. Do you have any question? Because if you have no more question, we are about to end this discussion. Okay, just to make sure that you've learned something today, I have prepared an assignment for you to do at home. Find the length of each side given the perimeter. Now I want you to copy this on your notebook, okay, and you have to give it to me tomorrow. Well, that's it. I hope you've learned something today. Thank you all for listening.